Welcome to the Boys Only Cast, the only podcast where Curtis is here.
You're correct.
I'm Devin. That's Curtis.
That's me.
And again, there's no Mikey because he died again.
Yeah, he dies and then he comes back. It's really a complex kind of thing. It's difficult to describe, but it's a roller coaster of emotions to go through.
Yeah, he dies a lot.
I stopped crying a while ago. I don't know about you.
I've never cried in my life.
Oh, fair enough.
Yep.
Yeah, me neither.
Man with zero tears and zero fears.
the man of no tears.
Yep. That's what they call me.
Is that a superpower or is that a great weakness? Think about it.
I'd say. Ow! I punched my mic. I'd say it is the greatest superpower ever.
To not cry?
Yep.
Because you would be in total control of your emotions?
Yep.
Or would you really be? Would you be denying yourself a human emotion?
No.
Wow, very nuanced answer. Thanks.
Yeah. You weren't ready for that answer, I bet. You
It's a little
got
more
him.
blunt than I figured. Yeah.
thought I was gonna actually answer.
Yeah, actually, no, I kind of did. I kind of was expecting a bit of an answer to the man who never
'Kay.
cries.
Ask the question again then.
Is the man who never cries really strong or really weak because he's denying himself a human emotion?
See, the thing is, I can say I never have because no one has ever seen me.
Yeah.
See?
Especially when you're always wearing those sunglasses.
True. No one can see the tears when I'm looking so fly.
Yeah. Man, I mean, when I was a kid, I loved sunglasses, and I was like, these are great, these are fantastic, they look amazing, I'm always going to wear them. And then I got glasses, and I gave up on those dreams.
That's why you buy prescription sunglasses.
I don't know, nowadays, I do have a pair, but when I've ever worn them, I just felt like such a loser. I don't know why. I was just oh my god.
Are they like 2000s dad sunglasses?
No, like they
wrap
look fine.
around
They're
sunglasses?
they're a nice pair, but just to look at myself wearing sunglasses, I'm like, this is not me, man. This
Are they aviators?
This doesn't fit. No, I oddly love aviators, but not for myself, if that makes sense.
You tell me you don't walk around in a leather jacket and aviators?
Unfortunately, I don't. Apparently, I'm denying myself the life that I could truly be living.
That's true. You could probably be, to tie this in to what I'm trying to say. I don't know, because I've already forgotten what I was trying to say.
Fascinating.
You're not as cool as, say, someone who could be the president of the United States.
Oh shit.
Boom.
Topical.
All right, now we don't talk about it at all, but I can use it in the tags to get search results.
We'll acknowledge. Okay, so we can make it so it's like a thing we talked about.
Yeah.
We can acknowledge that there was an event that happened and there was a person who won the event.
Yeah. His name was Bo Jiden.
Yeah, man, that was crazy. Like I didn't know
Crazy.
you could win with a name like that.
Yeah. Bo Jiden.
No, for real though, it was actually a very interesting thing, especially because it took so long, and I've never followed it so closely, and I hate Reddit, and and I was just looking at some of the live threads, and it was just full of people who were like, he's doing great, and then other people who were like, oh, I don't know, man, he could be losing the state. Please comfort me. Please, I need some reassurance, man. I just don't think this is good.
Please
it was just going back and forth. Yeah, it was people who were constantly like, oh man, I need reassurance. I think he's going to lose Arizona, man.
Oh
like, it was just like these people were like way too involved in this. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, and that's what happens when you let something, like, when you just like hyper focus on something like this. And I'll be real, like, me at first I was denying it. I'm like, well, I'm not going to look up stuff. That'd be dumb. But then I kept checking the numbers.
Oh, I kept checking the numbers.
Because it's so interesting. It's such like especially this election, because it was such like you didn't know what the result was going to be. Like, you really didn't know who was going to win, you know?
Yeah.
Like,
No, it was so
predicted it
close
going
Tuesday
either way.
night.
Yeah. Like,
that was something.
and then you wake up and you're like, the more certain states flip and everything, and you're just like, oh shit. It was
I
definitely like 2016 was like when I went to bed that night, Trump was in the lead, and when I woke up, he won. So I was like, okay.
yeah, I think when I went to bed, he had already won.
Yeah. So it was no like grand
Yeah.
battle or anything. And in our own elections that are very much not interesting, it just seems like it's like, boom, okay, this guy wins. All right, move on. You know, now the only time when we actually care about politics, our politics, is like an election, you know?
Yeah. Well, and it's like the entire like process down there in the United States. Um it's so much different. And there's so much
Oh,
more
yeah,
put
no.
in, like the campaigning, probably what, like one side's budget is probably more than all of like the Canadian government budgets together for
Oh,
the
exactly.
campaigns.
Yeah, I mean, it's a whole different system of government and everything as well, so you can't
Yeah.
really compare the two.
And it's also America and everything has to be publicized. So,
Everything's bigger and everything is the most important thing in the entire world to everybody.
yep.
That's
If
pretty
you
much
are
how it goes.
if you have over like 400,000 followers on any platform, America loves you because they want to know all your information.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's like a thing. Like, a lot of bands like the Beatles and stuff would judge their popularity based on if they hit in America. Like, it was always like a mark of something. Like, if you became popular in America, you become popular in the world, you know?
Well, because more or less America kind of is the world
Yeah, no, exactly.
in a
That's just how
sense.
things unfolded
Yeah.
in the last 100 so years.
You want to be the biggest in anything, you have to be the biggest in America.
Americans don't know some of our great classic Canadian anthems like Go for a Soda and Give Me an R, Rock You, and all that stuff. Think of all the great, amazing songs that
Give
they're
me an
missing
R.
out
Oh,
on.
I know that one. Yeah. Fucking.
The Helix song, Rock
I don't
You.
want to change this all the way off the politics and go to something else, but I mean, I don't know, do you want to talk about the
I
election at
mean,
all?
I don't really have anything too interesting to say. I definitely don't have any insight. I would
No.
just talk about my actual experience of following it, and that it was quite an event, and it's
All
going
I
to
have
continue to
say,
be an event as well.
yeah, it's gonna be pretty fucked for the next. What is it? 22 days or something like that.
No, it's until January, where inauguration day.
What was
But
there was
are you
something about
talking about?
Biden was going on something about like 20 something days. Does he get to start making some decisions at some point?
I'm not 100%
I
sure.
I don't understand how all that works. So I don't want to like say anything. But all I know is Agent Orange is gone.
Agent Orange.
Yeah. Don't you remember that from that
Oh,
one Eminem song? Agent Orange sent
what
the Secret
Eminem song?
Service?
Like his whole what was it called? The revival.
No, this was Kamikaze.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
There we go.
Okay, well then where I was going to go, I was scrolling through Twitter today as I do multiple times per day.
Yeah.
And someone posted, do you remember the song by the Black Eyed Peas, the Let's Get It Started?
Yeah, like the original version of the song.
Do you remember the original version?
Yeah.
So you know that it was Let's Get.
Let's get retarded in here. Yeah.
There you go. You'll say it. I don't want to.
I don't know. Back, it's literally reading the song title
That's
of
true.
something.
That got posted on Twitter. Someone was like, I was today years old when I found out about this song.
Oh.
Or they were like, I found out that the original was Let's Get It. And I was like, come on. What? Like, when did Herb's Sims in the City come out on the GameCube? That's when I heard about it because that was the trailer song.
Well, I guess younger people wouldn't know it because I know it because, like, if you ever use LimeWire, then you would have, like, heard of the original version.
I think I just listened to it on, like, CD. Because I know we had some Black Eyed Peas CDs when I was growing up.
It was a different time back then.
Yeah.
Well, no, that is the thing. Like, there are always gonna be certain people who don't know stuff like that because it's weird, especially for us. Like, I was always used to being younger than everyone else on the internet,
Yeah.
And then
Now you're
when I
just a
was
fucking boomer.
yeah, and then when I was 17 and I would see people who were born in the year 2000, I was like, what? And for context, we were both born in 96. So when I see someone was born in 2000, I'd be like, that's impossible. That person's like 5 or 7 or something. Then I was like, hold on. No. And then I remember that I started posting on a message board when I was 10. So it's weird, man.
I fucking, it's weird. Like, there's people I know that I used to work with. They're like turning, one guy, he came out with us because he's old enough. He turned 19. He was able to go to a certain restaurant in town past 9 o'clock because they're like of agers only after 9 o'clock.
Yeah.
And he was never able to come with us because he was never old enough.
Because of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, man, people are fucking children.
And what is it? Is it kind of like a thing like, okay, I already went past 19, so surely everyone else did. And then when you see that, you're like, oh shit, I'm not the young one anymore.
My new joke is one of the guys that I used to work with. He's born on December 31st, just like Mikey's sometime in December.
Yeah.
You and me can drink legally everywhere in the world.
Yes.
Anyone else who hasn't turned 24 yet cannot.
What place do you need to be 24 to drink?
I looked this up. There's some place in like India.
Oh, okay.
I'll see if I can find it. Yeah, so that's my new joke now is like before it was like I turned 19, you guys aren't 19 to certain people. And now it's like I'm old enough to drink everywhere.
Yeah.
Let's see if I can find it.
I guess that is an interesting way of gauging your age.
Playing around with my papers. I guess I can switch the screen over. There's something where it's 24, and I swear if I got this wrong. Why is this not going the right way? I sorted it by age. Oh, that's purchase age. I want drinking age. Maybe not. I don't know. I found it somewhere. It was 24.
Oh, okay. Well, somewhere there anyway. But
I'm also
it's looking. Like it's a weird thing when you think about stuff like there are people who you see on YouTube who videos were uploaded when they weren't born. You know?
Yeah, that's weird.
That gets me since YouTube was always something that has always been here. Like I've been on it since at least 2006. So it's weird for me to see like when you see the date of a video, you see 2006 or 2007, and then there'll be a comment like, "Huh, I wasn't born," and then you look at that and you're like, "Oh my god."
Yeah, you're like there are people. What is it? There's the people who think like, "Oh, I remember when cell phones and all that didn't exist." You're living in the period of when you were like, "I remember when cell phones and mobile devices were just shit."
Yeah, and they were just like tiny things, and there'd be ads for ringtones in magazines.
Or they just or they were just like an iPod and they would just hold music. And now it's like
and I feel like this was more a thing with people who were just a little bit younger than us, maybe, or it was around our age as well. The DSi. You remember when people
DSi was after my time. The DS wasn't as cool DS wasn't as cool when the DSi came out.
It was for like people who were like a grade or so below us, pretty much. They started getting like the DSi and then using the camera on that and stuff. And then all of a sudden, iPods got cameras, and it was like, I remember when they made the front-facing camera, I was like, that is so stupid. Why would they do that? You know?
And then selfies became a thing, and now people don't understand what a selfie is.
Like before, when I was younger in like high school, I'd like, remember like you see girls like looking in the reflection of their phone to like check their hair and stuff, like before there was a front facing camera, you know?
God.
So it was just, it's so weird to just how quickly all that kind of shit evolved.
And now that I said it though, nobody knows what a fucking selfie is anymore. People will post a picture of themselves that someone else took, and they'll be like, "Oh, selfie."
Oh, because it's the whole picture of themselves.
Yeah, the whole thing was like you took it on your own phone, or you're
Yeah.
like you took it yourself. That was the whole point of it, and now everyone's
How do you
just
miss
like,
the point of that? What the fuck?
yeah.
So,
Or
what's
fuck,
going
I've
on?
seen group pictures where people are like, it's just a group selfie, you know, like no,
A group
it's
selfie.
not.
What? How do you get something such a simple and easy concept wrong?
That's what
Like,
Google did when they first started talking about like their wide angle front facing camera, or they had like a wide, it was a wide angle camera on the rear, and they were like, you can take better group selfies. And I was like, God damn it.
oh my god, Google did that. Google, like, what?
I don't know if it
is
was an
this?
actual Google ad or if it was someone talking about it. I can't remember.
Oh, okay.
But still, nobody understands what they are anymore.
That is nonsensical.
Yeah, fucking boom. People are just, we've evolved.
We've evolved, yeah.
Yeah.
And there's something about when there's going to be like a new president kind of thing that makes you reflect on the entire era. You know, even if it doesn't, like, to me 4 years ago, it doesn't feel that long ago to me, you know?
It doesn't.
But it makes you just reflect on what you've seen and how things have changed and stuff like that since then.
In the last 4 years, politicians using social media has gotten bigger.
And just everything in general, like when fucking Wendy's started using it, and then
That
starting a downward spiral of shit.
Yeah. Well, I'll say some like the Wendy's Twitter is kind of funny because whoever runs that,
They were originators.
Yeah.
too. They're pioneers.
or there's what is it? There's all the porn sites have their own Twitter accounts that are like,
Oh,
it's
really?
like, yeah, cuz what's her name? I think it's like Aria is like the community manager for Pornhub. So her Twitter is literally just like Pornhub Aria, and that's like the big verified Pornhub account.
Yeah.
Let's see if I can
Yeah, and then
find
there's
that one.
stuff like the Sonic Twitter where it's so sad to see how Sonic has degraded over the years.
It's also
because
companies trying to join on with everything else that
no, that's true.
everyone's
But
like, oh,
this
well,
is like
I can make funny things, and they're like a fucking boomer.
yeah, and I've been ready for this Sonic rant. Okay.
Oh God.
I've been watching a lot of videos. So there's a lot of videos about Sonic games on YouTube, and most of them I hate because they're about people who don't even like Sonic, and they're just like making fun of a game that they don't care to understand the mechanics of and stuff.
You mean the
whatever.
baby game Sonic?
Yes, the baby game Sonic.
Yeah.
But anyways, I've been watching these YouTubers who actually do appreciate the games, and they'll be talking about them, and obviously in an objective way. Like, you know, there's so many shitty Sonic games. That's true, but when you watch
Sonic
it,
06 is the best Sonic ever created.
it's a masterpiece. Yes, absolutely. When you watch it, you really get a feeling of how the series has degraded and now over time become a joke, and it's just been relegated to a meme status. And even Sonic itself, as they used to keep reinventing the games and moving forward, but now they've just resigned to being nostalgia trips. Because you had in 2011 you had Sonic Generations, which was a 3D game that remade a lot of the old levels.
Yeah.
That game was amazing. And Sonic Mania was like basically like, oh, it looked like a fan game where it again recreated old levels. And now that's all Sonic is. It's just nostalgia and memes and deep irony. When
This is more like my outside view because I don't play Sonic. I don't really care too much for the Sonic series, but it seems like Sonic should have stopped a long time ago.
Sonic should have stopped like
The Genesis
like,
days.
I don't No, I wouldn't say that.
There's a
I
couple of
wouldn't
the
say that at
newer
all.
ones
Like,
that I've heard are okay.
and for me, like, you know, they're the people, the '90s kids who experienced Sonic when it first came out.
Yeah.
Then there were the people who experienced Sonic on the Dreamcast and GameCube. But for me, I experienced it I got the Genesis handed down to me from my older cousin. So I got that when I was 4, and Sonic 2 is the first game that I ever played, and that was a game I can actually beat when I was a kid. And then when I got a PS2 in 2005, I got Sonic Heroes, and that's a game I love Sonic Heroes. I don't care how glitchy it is. I do love that game. And around that time, you had Sonic X, you had Sonic Happy Meal toys. Like, it was still like a big thing that they were pushing at that time. Like, it was still a viable franchise that was going in like a forward direction instead of resigning to nostalgia because there was a new generation of kids. Like, basically, we were the last age demographic of kids that really saw Sonic like that. If that makes sense.
Well, I see.
Like moving forward like that.
Platformers are more or less. I don't want to say dead because they're still big platformers, but platformers aren't wanted as much anymore.
No, they're not as popular.
Yeah, and that I think that's the problem is they try. Sonic is a platforming, more or less game.
It is. It's a platforming game based on momentum and memorization of the stages and replay. Like Sonic games are all about replaying to memorize the layout because you go fast in a Sonic game. You don't just start a Sonic game and you're going fast. You go fast once you realize where everything is in the stage and you get a good idea of where you're supposed to go and where you're supposed to avoid.
See, that's probably why I've never been a big on Sonic because I just try to go fast.
Yeah, like, exactly. Like I said, like I've played Sonic 2 since I was 4, so obviously I know it well. So that's why it's different.
So when do you think Sonic should have just died? If you had to call it.
Well, I mean, I wouldn't say died, but I was very disappointed because there was Sonic 06 and all that kind of shit, and I never played those games when they came out.
Sonic Boom.
But I came back, like there was Sonic Heroes, that was what I got that's what I got when I was 9.
Mm-hmm.
And then I didn't buy any of the new games until Sonic Generations when I got a 360.
Yeah.
When I was 15.
But even then,
I love that game.
Isn't that just a more or less kind of like a rehashing of the original? Or is Generations a 3D?
Generations is a 3D game, and it's a great tribute, and it shows you that Sonic can work super well in a 3D environment. But yeah, it is a nostalgia game. And I remember I was so happy when they had a stage from Sonic Heroes in that game. I was so happy to see that. I was like, yes, because it taps into that nostalgia regardless of when you became a fan. But from that point on, I thought the series had saved itself. And I thought like the shitty days of like Sonic 06 and all that were over because of how good Generations was. And then you know what the next game they made after Generations was?
Boom.
Sonic Boom.
Yeah. Sonic Boom is a pile of hot garbage.
And I remember right from the beginning, they're a different developer, these ex-Naughty Dog guys, and these just terrible designs that they made, and it was just like, what? Oh my god, no! But I was like, maybe the game will still be good. Like I still had hope that they had finally learned their lesson because Generations was such a good game. And then when I heard it was a buggy mess, I was like, oh fuck.
Well, and isn't it like a puzzle platformer? Isn't there like a bunch of weird puzzles?
Played it.
I've seen a little bit of gameplay.
It is a very different kind of game, which again is fine because, like I said before, the series was about moving forward, and like Sonic Heroes and all that were different kind of games than the original.
Yeah,
but it's just being like these disaster rushed, buggy, glitchy as fuck games. Like the franchise went right back to that of Sonic Boom, and then from there I was just like, okay, fuck this. And of course, you eventually get like it is kind of true. Eventually, you do get a little too old to start caring about new Sonic games.
Yeah.
And the ones you care about are the nostalgia games like Sonic Mania, because that's a game that's meant for. I mean, kids can play it, but it's for more.
That was more of a fan service kind of.
It's a very fan service game. If you grew up with Sonic, then you'll love Sonic Mania, that kind of thing.
It's like Nintendo releasing the 3D All Stars.
Super Mario you think 3D. That was made for kids who had never played the games before, kind of thing?
Well, I mean, to be fair, every child should have Super Mario 64 shoved down their throat. It's one of like
kids today. Kids today would shit their pants if they had to play a game with controls like that.
Yeah, but they'd look at it and they'd go, "Holy fuck, this game is a pile of ass! Like it looks so bad." But then that game came out and everyone was like, 3D video games, oh my god.
Oh yeah, I mean it's one of the most revolutionary games ever made. Yeah.
And that's why every kid should have it shoved down their fucking throat, because I had to play it over and over and over again growing up. They should have to play it once.
You had to go through your suffering.
I wasn't even suffering. I liked playing it so much.
That's a fun game.
Yeah.
But
I don't think I ever got over 70 stars though. I'd like slowly grind my way to 70 stars and immediately go like, I'm going to Bowser. Fuck this game.
Yeah, I never got an N64 until I was 15, but I never got too far in Mario 64. It is a difficult game.
It is.
Like it's not easy.
And there was so much movement that I had no idea about. Like now I've watched like speed runs of it and shit, and it's like there's a
Oh, like
there's
what
a
the character can do.
slide. There's like I don't think I ever knew of a the what is it, the side flip that you can do.
Oh yeah.
Never knew you could
I
do a
think
side
they
flip
I
until
think they show
speedrunning.
you that in like the beginning, but if you skip all of that,
Yeah,
then
I skip all that shit.
you
I
won't
never.
know. Yeah, then you'd never know about those
Yeah.
moves. But no, okay, no, I think I got your point wrong. What you're saying about the 3D All Stars is that it's like a nostalgia thing for people who grew up with the games. Is that
Yeah,
what you meant?
it was more for like, because it's got that one. It's got Sunshine, and then personally, I feel like when Galaxy came out, I didn't really care because it was a Wii game. Wii games never really sat with me.
Yeah.
So, but like, and having never played Sunshine, but I know a lot of people who played Sunshine that are like, that were literally
That absolutely
creaming
love that
themselves.
game.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, like people shit their pants over Sunshine.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Now,
like eventually, like these franchise, and I know this is what a lot of people are saying with like Odyssey, saying like it's too easy, just dumb kids game, because it is a kids game kind of thing, you know?
it's so repetitive, though.
It
It's
just doesn't
basically
compare
the
to the
same.
originals kind of thing.
Well, no, because I know they tried doing like not open world, but they were kind of like the usual like Mario choose your own path kind of thing. Like you can get these stars kind of
Okay.
whenever you want,
Yeah.
but it was like that over and over again in each world.
Oh, okay, I gotcha.
Yeah. And there wasn't,
Yeah, and
as far as I know, there wasn't much telling you how to get the stars. So you kind of just
right.
had to figure it out. And then there were the moons. There were like 100 and something moons, and there were like no hints on where any of them were. I think it took the first
Oh.
person like 4 days to find them all.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
It felt like it felt like a collectathon to me because they were also like, yeah, make sure you get as many coins you walk by so you can buy your outfits.
Oh. Yeah. And I want to also clarify what I said earlier. Like, I don't mean that, like, just because something is easy or bright and colorful, then it's, I'm just like, I can't play that because it's a kid's game. I only play mature games. Like, I'm not like that. But there are certain kind of games that you play where you're just like, this is explicitly a child's game. Like Super Mario on the Wii U, the
Yeah.
3D World or Land. I played that. I was like, this is a child's game because it's literally too easy.
I played
know?
all of the one that came out on the Wii U. Did not enjoy it. I just played it.
No. And I even got the Luigi version, and I could not play it because I did not like the graphics or anything. I was like, this is just a dumb kid's game.
That's the other thing with Mario
Mhm.
games is like if you're also someone who kind of cares more about the graphics, up until the Switch, fucking the resolution of every Nintendo game was so behind.
Yeah, that's true.
Like the 3DS, I think the top screen is like 480 or 720, and then the bottom screen is
Really?
360.
Oh my god.
It's horrible.
Yeah, Nintendo, like, I mean, the Wii, like, could not compare, obviously, to the 360 and PS3.
The Wii, I think most of the games were 480 when everything else that came out was like 720. So you'd
I
get
mean,
like
you can just
shitty stretched.
look at like Black Ops and COD 4 on the Wii. You just compare how that goes.
You know what game I had zero fun playing on the Wii, but I did it anyways?
What?
Scarface.
Oh my god, why the fuck did they put Scarface on the Wii?
I don't know, but I didn't have a PS2 at the time, and I had the
Yeah.
homebrew channel on the Wii and a bunch of DVDs.
Oh,
So
the
I,
homebrew channel is awesome.
I definitely didn't get it illegally and burn it onto
Yeah.
a DVD to play. 100% didn't
No,
do
definitely
that.
not.
I definitely
Man, I
don't
was
have a disc
so-
somewhere that just says Scarface on it, and it's a video
Scarface
game.
Wii. That's so weird. But I was so happy. And this also happened. Okay, apparently a lot of stuff happened when I was 15 related to video games. But I was so happy when I figured out how to download the homebrew channel because I had already had a Wii for a while and I didn't know you could do that.
Oh
And that
yeah,
was
same.
like that was before I really Well, I know I knew what emulators were, but I didn't have like USB controllers or anything, so I just had to play with my keyboard, and that was lame. So to play it with like a controller was really exciting to me.
Mhm.
And I'm like,
I
wait, you're telling me that I could put any game on this thing? Oh my god.
I think I
You
asked my mom to borrow an SD card, and she was like, "I don't have any," so I asked her to buy me one.
know?
I was like, "Can you buy me one?" And then
Yeah.
I couldn't do like any of the homebrews because I didn't have any of the games. The only one I could do was
Oh.
the Super Smash Bros.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I just did old games, like just NES, Super Nintendo and stuff on mine.
Yeah, but you know how there was like you had to do weird homebrew, like there were weird methods of homebrewing your Wii.
Mine was pretty simple. I think maybe we did it at different times or
Yeah,
different
maybe.
methods.
Mine was when you had to use like certain games. Like I had to go into Super Smash Bros.
Oh, yeah, that totally was not the case. And,
Yeah.
and when I used it, it was literally just something you put on an SD card, and then you put it in your Wii, and then it downloads like a whole channel just easily, like boom.
Wow.
But I had to go through many shitty YouTube tutorials to find out how to do it.
YouTube tutorials for all that shit sucked. Just
It's okay. I fucking hate the guys who just have like the computer screen and they have the text in like Notepad.
the fact that
And
still happens
They hover
in
over.
2020.
They hover over with their mouse, which has like the yellow pointer around it.
Yeah. That still
And-
happens.
I
People-
know
people
it's
still do
so
too.
infuriating.
To be fair though,
It's
it's
like-
nice that there's no longer like annotations aren't as big, because remember when there was annotation tutorials?
Oh my god, annotations. Yeah,
Oh my god.
I mean, everyone went crazy with annotations. People did all kinds of different like series. Like you click here for this video, like choose your own adventure kind of shit,
Yeah.
or just any kind of commentary. And then you watch old videos and it's like, click on the link in the annotation right here, and you're like, sorry, bro, can't do it.
Yeah. At least they took annotations and made them 10 times less annoying with the stupid cards that I don't think people really use that much.
Oh, like yeah, okay, yeah, I know what you mean.
I hear everyone talk on YouTube. They're like, "Use your cards." And it's like, I don't think so. Every time I've seen that, I've either not noticed it or I ignore it.
Yeah, yeah. You just don't click on it or whatever.
Yeah.
Annotations, yeah, they made the video look trashy, but now it's weird. Everything becomes nostalgic over time. Now I look at annotations and I'm like, 2009, you know? Like it's nostalgic now to see annotations like in a screenshots or something.
You'd look up like
That's just how all things go.
download GTA 4 on PC, and the video would start and have a really loud, it'd be like,
Yeah.
you know, the one fucking song that every tutorial had is the
Probably there's so many like
and
and then there would always be people like YouTube used to have if you had a copyrighted song, you can replace it with one of their royalty-free songs.
you
and
still can do
Paralyzer was one of the tracks that you could use. So
that.
everyone would
Paralyzer
have
and
like,
Bodies.
music videos. Bodies, yes, Bodies is very, very popular choice. I think that's the reason why people still know that song is because of that. Like
Yeah.
that's how everyone knows it. It would just be like somebody filming like I don't know an Xbox game or something with that playing as they're filming their TV.
Oh fuck.
That's like everything eventually becomes nostalgic, and then you look back and you're like, golden age. But was it really? You know?
Fuck,
It's just
it was
'cause
the
you were-
golden age
it's
because
just 'cause you
things
were
weren't
young.
perfect.
Well, yeah, that's true. And
Yeah.
again, there wasn't the takeover from late night TV and all these brands on YouTube. yet.
Yeah.
Like, YouTube was actually a nice and fun site to use.
Well, it still kind of sucked. Like there was a lot of botting, like no, what is it? Like
There's a lot of
comment
sub for
bots.
subbing.
Yeah, sub for subbing was trash.
Anyone who I subbed with, I'm pretty sure I never unsubbed to them, so I honored that.
You honored it, and they probably didn't.
Yeah, exactly. They definitely didn't.
Well, I
man.
don't think I ever did that. I think that was the one thing I was just like, nah, that's kind of
It is a trashy thing to do. Yes.
the fact that people still like do follow for follow on like Instagram and shit.
it doesn't even make sense because it doesn't matter how many followers you have. What matters is how many people are engaging with the stuff you're posting, you know?
Yeah.
I would be more sad if, say, I had, I don't know, a bunch of followers, bunch of subscribers, whatever, but nobody commented or viewed or didn't or engaged at all. Like that would just be sad, you know?
Yeah. No, I
You'd
feel
be
like
like, why do I have all these numbers that make it appear that people like me, but no one actually does?
yo, I purely enjoy the fact that I have 243.
Purely enjoy.
Yeah. So much enjoyance. Definitely
Gives you that little
definitely care so much.
kick in the brain.
Yeah. It's that dopamine.
The dopamine.
Yeah.
Gives you a little slap in the tits.
Oh, it gives me gives me a slap in the tits and a fucking through the legs fucking scrote grab.
Oh my god, a scrote grab.
Yeah, but like through the legs, so it's from behind.
Oh Jesus. That's some serious business, man.
Yeah, so I get some like forearm rub on my gooch.
That's how you know it's for real.
Ooh. While
But
they're
I think
smacking
what I was
my titties.
And now to somehow go back to Sonic, because I didn't really finish my point. The series looked like it had saved itself and it was going back in a good place, and then Sonic Boom came out, and then just everything got fucked up from there. And they made Sonic Mania, and as much as I enjoyed it, when I played it, I just had this feeling like, man, that's it for Sonic. Like, this is all he is now. It's just a nostalgia franchise. Like,
Because
Mania
they realize
really
they can't make good shit without going the way back
anymore.
Like,
Yeah, they can't make good games without going way back, because then this shit keeps going awry.
yeah.
But it was sad, like, after a game so good like Generations, and I absolutely love Generations. It's still one of my favorite games ever because it controls so well. It's so fun. But part of the reason why it's so fun is for the nostalgia and the old stages.
Yeah.
But if they had made a Sonic game that was just like that, that controlled at that good and was that fun and had new stages with new ideas, I think that also would have been a fantastic kind of thing. But instead, they made like Sonic Lost World on the Wii U, which was like this Super Mario Galaxy kind of shit. And I eventually did get that game, and I couldn't bear to play it. It was awful.
It was who is Sonic? Like, it's not it's Sega something, isn't it?
Sonic Team.
But they were basically just Sega.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there was that whole big, like, didn't Sega get like bought out like a long time ago?
Well, they became a third-party developer.
Yeah, I feel like Sega just got hit with the corporate fucking come up with good new ideas, and they couldn't. So then they were just like rehash the same old shit.
Well, that's what people want now, and again, as good as Sonic Mania is, and man, it's a good game. It just doesn't. I don't enjoy it as much as the old games because to me, it's just like they already had all the groundwork there for them. Like they already had everything they needed to make it a good game, but they didn't have to like reinvent the wheel. They didn't have to come up with new shit like they had to do in the old games, you know? Everything was just already there for them.
It's because nobody wants platformers. Everyone wants battle royales.
No one wants platformers unless there's some weird indie games that don't cost as much to make or
like
whatever,
those what is it, like Jump King and all that, and Shovel Knight. People want those games.
Yeah, like those kind of weird little indie games that suddenly get popular.
I feel like the day of battle royales is dying too.
It has to be. Fortnite doesn't seem as popular anymore as
I still think it's pretty big.
2020 is kind of a weird year since Fall Guys was big for like 5 seconds. And then Among Us came out, and now no one talks about Fall Guys, it seems like.
It wasn't even Among Us came out. It's people noticed Among Us. The game was out on mobile for like 2 years, I think.
Oh, yeah, I heard that. It came out in like 2017.
Yeah, that game is
people
so
didn't
old.
know about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's weird. That's really strange. And I'm sure people are already wondering and trying to make the Among Us killer.
Well, a lot of people have been trying to play those like social deception games have been big again. Like there's a game called Deceit. It's just like a weird, like, you have like an alien kind of monster thing that can just disguise as a human, and you just kind of have to suss them out.
Okay.
Like, those games are getting big, but I saw something on Twitter of a company. They're like, yeah, the new next big battle royale coming out like late 2021. I'm like, you're really pushing it. Like,
you like, there's not time, man. If you want to get it, like, you can't, like, you know what trends are. You can't just like hype something up and
the
then
battle
say it's gonna
royale
come out
trend
then.
is has to be
Get on
ending
it.
soon.
Yeah, like, you got to get on that shit. You don't want to be like late to the game and then no
Yeah.
one cares and then your game flops entirely.
If you're only developing it now in 2020, like, you're kind of probably lost.
You're losing it, man. That's it.
What's the next genre? Like, is
Well,
Among Us gonna spiral off people being happy about like Town of Salem and
I wouldn't say so, because games like that require you to play with other people. They require you to have like friends to play with and stuff like that.
no, there's still
you know?
like public lobbies you can just join.
I'd imagine that wouldn't be as. I mean, I don't know.
Because technically those games you don't, since you don't talk during rounds in most of those games.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, like
I said, I never played the game.
Yeah.
I never really watched gameplay, so I don't actually know.
Like the biggest thing
But,
with Town of Salem back in the day was there was no game chat, or there was no like voice chat. It was all text chat.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Because I would just assume, I don't know, it'd have to be something like maybe like first-person shooters again or something like that. You know, like those kind of games.
Yeah, but even then, like first-person shooters are they're still there. It's just
Yeah, like Call of Duty still like always manages
Yeah.
to break some kind of record whenever it comes out.
it's always Call of Duty though. It's nothing really
Nothing new.
else.
Like even Halo isn't as
Yeah.
like Halo lost it. I mean, for me, they lost it at number 5. That's when they lost me entirely.
Well, it's because like nobody FPSs are more or less out again. Like besides the esports scene, like FPS games are kind of just they're not the big thing anymore.
Yeah, and they were for such a long time.
Yeah. Because
That's
literally,
only
like,
natural
there would
that
be a new
eventually
FPS game that everyone would like every year. Which, to be
Yeah.
fair, like, there's still, again, it's the esports scene, Valorant. Like, Valorant's a big FPS game, but it's more of a focus of a competitive based, is why it's so big.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
People still play Counter-Strike.
Yeah, actually, surprisingly.
Do you know this is an interesting. It actually is not that interesting. The people who the only Counter-Strike game they know is CS:GO, would they think it's weird to call the game Counter-Strike and not CS:GO? Like, would you think that they find it weird to
No.
call it by its full name?
No, because I would call it either or. Like, I would say CS. I would never say Counter-Strike Global. I would never be like, hey, you want to play Counter-Strike Global Offensive today?
Yeah.
I'd either say like CS:GO or CS or just Counter-Strike. Like I'd never, and I never
Okay.
played any of the other ones. I never played like CS 1.6 and all that.
Because I still think of the old games. I didn't play them either, but I just knew them.
Yeah,
But I just always think of those games when I think of Counter-Strike and not
it's
CS:GO.
it's just like Counter-Strike is just like CS:GO is just Counter-Strike 2, but everyone just kind of goes like, yeah, it's Counter-Strike.
Yeah. Nothing's better than Counter-Strike on the Xbox.
Oh
naturally.
yeah,
Original Xbox.
fuck that
That's
game
where
was
it's at.
horrible.
All the real ones play it on the original Xbox.
All right, should we rapper and tapper?
Yeah, I
No
think I got
glove,
to
no
my,
lover?
I think I got to get my little Sonic rant in there, so I got my point, my thing that had been my little interest of the week out there.
All right, Curtis says he wants the glove for the love. He wants to wrap it and tap it.
Uh-oh.
Yeah,
Don't hold me to that or don't hold me to that or nothing. I don't know.
don't be silly. Wrap your willy.
Yeah.
Curtis,
Fair
any words of advice for the kids out there?
Well, I wouldn't say something like that to the kids.
Oh, that's too bad.
Instead, I would have to say, thanks for listening.
Yeah, but that's
thanks
not
for-
words of advice.
thanks
That's
for
just
tuning in.
that's just being thankful.
My advice is to keep listening to the podcast for more great advice from us.
Boom, I'll take it. That's it for us. We're here every Tuesday at 4 p.m. Eastern time.
Why'd you say it like
except like last week
SpongeBob?
because I fucked up last week and never uploaded, but that's fine. We're here most weeks on Tuesday. Bye.
Bye.
No glove, no love.
All right.